It was President Bush's 36th and final address to the nation and his last public appearance before leaving office on Tuesday, and somewhere Richard Lewis was watching and retching. Mr. Lewis in his own fond farewell for President Bush in just a minute. First, while millions tuned in for the president's valedictory speech, each thinking the same thing, what time does the hero pilot get interviewed? One VIP, the VP, was not all there. About 10 minutes into this 13-minute diatribe, those little Dickenses at PBS took a cutaway of Vice President Cheney that appeared to show him catching a little shut-eye.
We must reject isolationism and its companion, protectionism. Retreating behind our borders would only invite danger.
And it was all just a dream. Now, as promised, my friend, comedian Richard Lewis, his Misery Loves comedy tour, is in town for a show tomorrow night at Town Hall with Richard Belzer.
Yeah.
And then next weekend for 6 dates in West Palm Beach. He's beginning shooting on his 7th season of the HBO sitcom Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Hi, Larry.
And Tuesday, he will complete his 8th year of agita from the Bush administration. Good to see you.
You know, Professor Turley, he was magnificent tonight.
As usual, yeah.
And after the third spot, you know, I normally, before I make love, watch Death of a Salesman. But that's over. I'm going to watch everyone. This should be on YouTube. I hope there's 8 billion hits on that.
Gosh.
That is what happened. You did a magnificent job. First, like, listen, cut me off a lot because I'm not the one who should be summing up this hell that President-elect Obama is inheriting.
Yeah.
If Gore didn't get ripped off, I would venture to guess 99% of the stuff, you know, you can't account for all the hypocritical jerk-offs who are in Congress and in Senate and in prison. They still might have been, okay? If Kerry would have won and he would have inherited the fake war, but it wouldn't have been like this. So this has been the worst 8 years of my life. Now, let me say, the farewell speech,
Yeah.
I saw the exact thing in a Hallmark card store the other day. He just made a couple of changes.
Just grab all of them and read them in the correct order.
That was the most absurd thing. Listen, here's the deal. Cut me off because I'm really all over the joint here. First of all, I'm not going to the ball either.
Yeah.
I would just stay home and ball. That's a little, because it's not enough people. I mean, play ball. I don't want to get, you know, play ball.
Yes.
You know, you got a beautiful lady, I got a beautiful wife. Now, here's the thing. I'm so glad the election's over and that he got it because you know, the day after he got nominated, I was making love and I went, this is Richard Lewis and I approve this orgasm. I was like brainwashing this crap for couldn't take it. Listen, we have the best person right now that is inheriting the worst possible conditions maybe ever. Not just the nightmarish situation. I'm not going to start listing this. I'm going to run out of time. We know what's going down. And our respectability is in the dumper. This never would have happened. And as far as the criminal trials, it would have been really fabulous if we at least tried to do that. Well, and if they were, you know, convicted, he would have pardoned. That would have made the Mark Richard pardon maybe saying like, I think Carrot Top has too many props. I mean, it would have been, you know, he would have pardoned God knows how many people. This has been a disaster. Okay, I mean, this has been a horror show for 8 years.
But it's over.
I know
it's over. All we have to do is get to
Here's
Tuesday.
The thing. But you see,
You're not optimistic yet?
No.
What?
We have,
noon
first
Tuesday
of all,
before you get
the obvious. You know, this country, you know, rooted in slavery, to have an African-American president is one of the greatest thrills of my lifetime. I am so happy. You know, Richard Belzer said, and Prinny said, it makes every African-American feel like an inch taller. It's nice, it's a beautiful thought. It should make everyone feel an inch taller.
Because we have screwed this up 100 different ways since 1600, but our most recent answer is President-elect Obama.
Now, dig this. I have a billion jokes. Look, I don't want to talk about his age. I'm not that smart. Bush obviously is not smart. It was really embarrassing to me that McCain, who has, you know, some really good record and a war hero, was so desperate to get Tina Fey's stunt woman to actually be a breath away. You know, maybe she'll turn into something, but she sure wasn't going to be our president. And if she was, this would have been you know, forget about it. So I'm thank God. Know something? I was thinking about this backstage. You know, Gore won the popular vote and he got ripped off. Kerry was a close election, okay? And Obama won, okay? There's anti-Semites and there's white supremacists, but you know, I was always like getting bogged down in this depression, like this country, where am I living? Where am I? This country, I'm convinced. Sure, and the religion thing is a whole other issue, which I want to talk. If I can get to, I don't want to. Oh God, you know, separation of church and state. We have to get that act together.
Yes.
He has blurred that. I'm a Jew, but I was popped out a Jew. I was very reformed. I used to go to the Frank Sinatra, Temple Beth Sinatra in Palm Springs. You know, really, the rabbi used to say, "What's new in pound cake?" That was the sermon. If someone doesn't want an abortion, don't have it. But don't say, if you have an abortion, you're a baby killer. We have to separate that, because that's what's going on all over the world anyway. That's those mental cases, those sociopaths. You know, we don't. What's going on here? You know, where's the morality here? This country is supposed to be a melting pot. There's no acceptance. So here's the deal. He's got to get people, get their esteem back, get them work. He's got to fix the education, and he's got to fix the healthcare system. That way, the blacks won't hate the Irish, and the Irish won't hate the Jews. I mean, in other words, we'll be Americans. I was taught that when I was 3 years old. We're all supposed. This is the greatest country in the world because we're like blend in. It's not true. It's a lot of BS, and we got the greatest guy in the world to do it. I am so proud to be an American right now. I always was proud to be an American, but I was under my bed for 8 years, and now I'm out.
Well, now we're out with the flags on Tuesday.
We sure are, man. With the flags for the right reason.
Exactly.
For not wrapping it around around crimes, but around being an American.
Richard Lewis is performing at Town Hall in New York City tomorrow
I'll be
night
much funnier tomorrow,
with Richard
I promise.
Belzer.
Sorry.
Always a pleasure, sir.